Sorry, my microphone had an issue, so now I have to restart the stream. And obviously now, I think also the link might have changed. So let's give it a minute, and I think people will rejoin now. I'm gonna reshare this link now as the new link. So as I was saying, basically now I have to speak louder to use my computer mic directly. So basically now what NASDAQ is doing this morning, it's amazing. You notice that yesterday at New York session yesterday, we took a trade, and the trade, we only took a 150 point profit, there about, I think I closed somewhere around here. Yeah, somewhere around there I closed there. So it was like a 1 point, like a 1-to-1, let's say 1-to-1 trade. Obviously it wasn't the best. I should have potentially, like, wait. And see, the move is amazing. Like, I could have got myself a 1-to-4 risk to reward, even targeting the previous day high. Now 1-to-5 risk to reward. Okay, so that's something that I noticed, and I could have done better. And but being that I was already in a drawdown, and I wanted to make sure that I build profit for the account, and because yesterday was also Monday, so I close on time. However, the trade is amazing. This another trade that could have also given us a lot of profit. Okay, but that also presents us a good opportunity today, because now NASDAQ is now going to take the previous day high, and it's going to tap into the supply zone. As soon as it taps into the supply zone, definitely there's going to be reactions. Now though, is it going to sell all the way, or if it's not going to sell all the way, what is it going to do? So we also need to figure that out, probably in this session or in the New York session. All right, so the analysis for this morning right now is straightforward. So what we're expecting before we trade NASDAQ today, we're not trading this London session. We're going to be trading NASDAQ in New York session. So we're coming back at New York session to trade. And right now, what we have at the moment is that NASDAQ is now taking the previous day high, or the previous week high. You notice that yesterday we drew the previous day high, which is the last high of Friday at this level right here. And NASDAQ has not yet taken it since yesterday. But right now, in this session that we are in, this session, NASDAQ is already going for that high, which is the previous week high, which is already like in the next like 5 pips, it's going to take it. And here is a supply zone to the left. So I believe that it's going to be like a pullback from this level, right? And then NASDAQ is going to potentially come back and retest all these big demand zone to the bottom, right? So technically today, we might be seeing a selling opportunity on NASDAQ, and hopefully the between now and New York session. So right now, NASDAQ has now taken the previous day high, the previous week high that we're talking about. So now, though, we need to draw new highs and new lows for today. Alrighty, so let's go and let's turn on our session breaks right now. So now the session break is on itself, and when the session break is on, what we're looking for right now is that we need to identify the areas of liquidity that NASDAQ is going to be trading inside, right? So now for previous day low, yesterday previous day low is now somewhere here, meaning the lowest point of yesterday is down here. It's no longer where it was. And obviously this zone, we're going to remove this zone now. This zone as well, we're going to remove it. And this is a trade I took yesterday itself. Yeah, and this is exactly where I close it, I believe. Yeah, I closed somewhere. So now though, we have the previous day high and low. So this is the previous day low, the lowest point of price for yesterday, and the previous day high, which is obviously the highest point of price for yesterday, is here. And you notice something, NASDAQ already took out the previous day high. So for today, we're no longer looking at previous day highs again as an area of liquidity, because it has already been taken. So all we need to be looking out for right now is NASDAQ going to go to the previous day low area. So potentially, because all the previous day high and previous week high has been taken right now, we need to see, okay, would NASDAQ go back and take the Asian low, previous day low? And because now we are also trading inside a supply zone, right, to the top here. So although typically I would have loved to enter a trade like this, but right now it's a London session, and I told myself that I'm going to only take trades in the New York session, right? So I'm not going to execute any trade right now. I'm just going to hold on until price can get to the London to the New York session. Whatever we're doing in the New York session, then I'm going to reassess and know if I want to enter. And honestly, right now, in order to pass the challenge, honestly, if we just see one clean trade setup, it is enough, because we need to make $300, and if we can use $100 risk, you know, and use a one lot size, and we can get a 300 points movement in our direction, we're going to pass the challenge as well. Like, we're basically going to pass the challenge if NASDAQ should go in our direction like 300 points, and honestly, that would be good. So and that's like, if we're selling, that's like half of this move. Like, by this point here, we'll have passed the challenge already. And that's if we start selling right now. If we start selling right now, for example, and then let's say we start selling, and then we put a stop right here, which is about risking about 150 points, you know, or $130. And then you target like, you know, $350. But you're gonna make $350, like, you know, and that's all the profit we need to pass the challenge. So I'm just gonna hold on until New York session and see whatever NASDAQ has done, and then we're gonna take the trade by that time. But to recap right now, so the analysis on NASDAQ this morning is that NASDAQ has really respected the demand zone from the 4-hour for yesterday, and has moved up a lot. So that means that buyers are still interested in taking NASDAQ to the upside. So what we need to see now is that definitely at this supply zone level right here, there's going to be a sort of reaction, and that reaction can reach back, let's say 50% of the Asian range. So if that happens, we will take the trade back into one of these levels, and potentially one of these levels is also going to hold for NASDAQ to buy again. And I think it has to be this one, you know, or the one at the extreme over here, this one here. So one of these zones has to be a demand zone that NASDAQ is still going to respect again. The ones that are closest to the current price are not going to hold. This one is not going to hold, but this potentially can hold, and this potentially can hold. So that presents us a good opportunity, because it means that if we're able to catch a sell today and it reach all the way here, then we'll pass the challenge. All right. So basically, honestly, that's going to be it right now. NASDAQ is going to give us a good opportunity today. Let's take a look at the news events happening today. There are no news today, so that's not a problem. No news is going to affect our trade today, but tomorrow, Wednesday, there is CPI tomorrow, and we need to, like, you know, trade carefully tomorrow. So for today, there's no issue around our trade, so we're just gonna, you know, look for a normal trade setup and all. So we started the week strong. Yesterday we made profits, and today we're gonna make another profit. Let's come by New York session. Let's trade safe. And so right now I'm just gonna go away and do my other jobs, and come back later at New York session to trade. Happy and safe trading, anyone. If you have a question, leave it in the comments. Join the Telegram channel so that you can get the updates whenever I post it. And yeah, make sure you stay subscribed as well, and we'll see each other on the New York session for the live trading. Bye for now, and see you later.